Hello everybody, welcome to WWTF. We want the Facts of the Game show with Mike C.
And I'm Fred White.
Hey, today we're going to talk about the NX. And joining us today is our good friend Harold. What's up, Harold?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Now the NX is Nintendo's next generation console.
Yet again.
Harold, is this going to fly by?
No, it won't fly by. Nintendo, they have enough on their hands. They got the 3DS, and they've made a lot of models of that. They got the Nintendo Wii U. They still need to market a bit. Yeah, they came out with Mario Maker, great game, but other than that, nobody's really interested in the Wii U. So why would they make a new console?
I don't know what Nintendo is doing. I don't know what they're thinking. I think they've always been behind the 8-ball ever since, what was that, the Super Nintendo.
Yeah. I mean, they were doing good when they were on, when they first came out.
Oh, yeah.
Super awesome. Nintendo, the Nintendo NES, the 64. But they're staying behind in the times, but yet again, you got to give it to them because they were the innovators of a lot of stuff that came out. Mm-hmm. And if their collaboration with Sony that didn't work out actually brought out the Sony PlayStation. Mm-hmm. So they've been ahead of the game, but then again, they've been behind, man, ever since I would say, Nintendo GameCube, because the Wii was good, but it didn't really compete with the PlayStation or the Xbox, and then the Wii
just died out.
The Wii U came out, and that was a total failure. So we was having a powwow before the show, Harold. So what did we come up with the Nintendo NX? Some of the specs about it.
Well, the specs, from what is known, it does not have a disk drive. It looks like it's going to be a digital type system, and the controller prototype for the patent that they put in, it looks similar to what the Wii U controller looks like, except for it only has 2 buttons and 2 joysticks. It almost looks like a gigantic PSP, and it's got a few shoulder buttons. I didn't catch the length or width of it, the dimensions of it, but not a lot is known at this stage, obviously, from just being a very early, application for a patent. But it just, it's very minimal's known about it right now. I mean, it's early to be talking about it. In fact, but once again, it's always good to be in the know what's going on with Nintendo.
With it not coming with an optical drive, yet again, Nintendo has missed the mark of coming out with something for their customers to play their media on. If you want this to be the center console of your entertainment system, people still have DVDs and they have Blu-rays, but they're not coming out with these drives. So, yet again, is it a smart move on their part not coming out with an optical drive, Earl?
It's a very dumb move, in my opinion. Some people's not really going to care because more than likely, if you have a Wii U, you're probably already got an Xbox One or PS4 for that media. It would be nice to be able to use this too if you have to unhook a system, you're out of HDMI ports and whatnot on your TV. But they should get with the times, and if they don't, they should utilize the extra space to do something very innovative, to capture the attention, to do something that hasn't been done already. Nintendo was an innovator. They saved the video games market from crashing because of where Atari failed. They have came out so many innovations. How come they can't do it now?
I don't know if they just burnt out or they don't want no new fresh ideas, because it seems like they're just still trying to hang on to that Wii type of brand name, but really not doing nothing major as far as a change. They do a little thing right here. Okay, they added the gamepad for this, and it's just not enough.
Now, with them coming out with Mario Maker, it's a pretty good game. I like the game.
Yeah, it's fun.
But it seems like the Mario franchise is the only thing that they're really pushing on this. Now, is that due to Nintendo's fault, or are the publishers and the game developers, are they not aboard with Nintendo like they used to be?
I think the developers just need to get on the ball and make their games. There's been so many good games pushed back already. The new Zelda's been pushed back. What was the other one that got pushed back too that we were talking about earlier?
I believe Metroid, Star Fox.
Yeah, Star Fox, especially Metroid. I mean, they need to update those. I mean, the last good update for a Metroid game that wasn't on a handheld was Super Metroid on the Super Nintendo, which is still a fantastic game to this day. Yeah, they came out with the Other M on the Wii, but we don't want to talk about that atrocity of a nightmare. But it's they need to bring that back before they worry about new stuff. They need to give people a reason to get the new console, not because it's new. These developers need to get on the ball and make their games so Nintendo can publish them.
I think Nintendo blew it with some of their fans. Like we all three of us grew up playing Nintendo.
Yeah, we did.
And when the next generation console came out, I mean, you didn't bring out any new Metroid game. You didn't bring out any new Zelda game. What was the other game that you mentioned that would have been a good remake, Harold?
Kid Icarus.
They didn't come out with any of these games that we all grew up on.
On the Wii, they did the Kid Icarus Rising, but that was a different style of game. It wasn't like your platforming type that the original Kid Icarus was.
But I think they just blew it. And this Nintendo NX or whatever they're going to call it, I think it's going to be another Wii U disaster. Because the controller only has an A and B button. And if you're trying to compete with today's consoles, you're going to need more buttons than that. If they have an extra button, extra controller that they attach to it like they did with the Wii U, or the Wii when they had the Advance controller, that would be pretty good. But still, man, from the way it looks, it just looks like another Game Boy Advance, or I mean,
that's exactly what it looked like, Game Boy Advance.
They're not competing with the market. So, Harold, they're doomed already before they get out the gate, pretty much.
They are very doomed unless this is a prototype for 5-6 years down the road. But now or even next year is not the time for a new console, not whatsoever.
I admit, when the Wii U came out, I was like, oh man, I gotta get it.
Right.
Because that controller that they had, that was going to be my system for my Madden titles. Come to find out, it didn't support another controller like that, and then the developers were not supporting this
at all.
Game system.
They weren't. Then
I come to find out that their CDs hold just as much data as an Xbox One and a P4, 25 gigs. It's not a Blu-ray, but it's something that Panasonic did for them. But still, they're coming out with bummy games.
Yeah, they are.
So, doomed before they come out, man. That's what I think. Mike?
I'm right along with you. They're not doing nothing really different. Putting a new twist on the gaming industry, so it's still the same.
So, Harold, your final thoughts, man?
It's a negative on this. I would not be going for this if it was in the market in the next couple of years. But 6-7 years down the road, maybe. But, like I said, it's bomb.
Unless they come out with something amazing that we have never seen before, I believe that this system has already failed. And what they're doing pretty much now, having an optical drive, and looks like it's going to be downloaded content only.
Yep.
Because I know they're not going to go back to the cartridge-based format. I know they're not going to go back to that. So, we'll see. But thank you, Harold, for joining the show.
Thank you, guys.
Alright, and we'll see you next time on WWTF on the Facts.
The Gamer Show. See you guys next time.